Hey guys, we're going to go through here and get these notes. This is graphing inequalities with two variables. It just builds off what we've done and really gets into having an x variable and a y variable. So we're talking about lines again. So you've done all this. We're talking y equals mx plus b. You're going to have to solve for y equals mx plus b. And then we're also going to add the inequality part to it, which you'll get from this notes. And you all can do very well. There's a lot of carryover right here. A lot of carryover on this lesson. So follow me. Be going through here. Let me zoom in a little bit. You should have this notes. We got it in class. Okay, example 1. A point above the line. So any point, here's the line. Any point above this line. So we're talking any point over here. Whoops, I went too far over. Let me try that one again. Holy crap, that's bad. Okay, here we go. Any point over here. All right, that's above the line. I chose 0, 0. 0, 0 would be this point right there. Now, 0, 0. If I plugged it into this equation, the equation that they're going to give us is y, and then we're trying to figure out what sign to use, and 2x minus 3. So plug 0 in. 0 there, 0 there. 2 times 0, 0 minus 3, that'd be negative 3. Over here, 0. 0 is greater than negative 3. So when there's a point that's above the line, so we're talking about a point above the line, we're going to use a greater than sign. You can see it right there. Y is greater than mx plus b or whatever's on the other side. Okay, similarly, to same type deal, a point below the line, let's use green. A point below the line, that'd be any point over here. This is below. Green is below. Okay, any point below the line, we'll choose a point. I chose the point 3, negative 3. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and then the down 3. 1, 2, 3, right out here. There's 3, negative 3. It's below the line. Plugged it into the same equation. So plugged in negative 3 for y and 3 for x. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 3 is 3. So you have negative 3 is less than 3. Whenever you have a point below the line, that's when we're going to use a less than sign. So y is less than, again, mx plus b or whatever your equation is. Okay, and then if a point's on the line, this is what you've seen before. No, nothing new here. If the point's on this line, it's on our line. I'm terrible at drawing here with the yellow line. But if it's on, that's where you're going to use the equal sign. So a point on that line would be the point 3, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's right there on that line. That's on the line. You plugged it into the equation. 2 times 3 minus 3 is 3. 3 equals 3. Yes, that's right. That's where we use our equal sign. Again, number 3 right here, this is nothing new. Y'all been doing this all year long. Okay, example 2. How do we graph these things? So if it gives you the sign, how are we going to graph them? Well, let's go through here. It says graph y is less than or equal to 2x minus 3. There's two big things you need to know, and it's really this box right here. It explains it, how you graph these inequalities, what's new. You're used to graphing y equals mx plus b. You're just graphing the line. And you're still going to have to do something similar. If the sign, again, this box right here goes through all of it, and that's why the notes are very important. It's very important you get them. If the sign has the line underneath it, so whether it's a greater than or equals to or less than or equals to, it's going to be a solid line. So when I graph this, the line is a solid line. This is tough to do. It's a solid line. Solid line. If the sign is just a less than or a greater than, it doesn't have the line underneath it, then the line, instead of being solid, would be dashed. It would look like, something like this, dashed line. All right. Okay, in our example, it has a line underneath, so my line is solid. I'm going to graph 2x minus 3, so I'm going to start with the y-intercept that's down here at negative 3, and then my slope is 2, which is the same as 2 over 1. So I go up 2, 1, 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Again, nothing new right there. Give me a few points. I have a solid line going through those points. Now, it says that y is less than or equal to. Again, the small point of the sign right there is to the y. So y is less than. Up here, y is less than. That means it's below. So what we want to do, we want to shade on the graph below. That's why I have this red shading. All this down here below. That's what we want to shade in. And it doesn't have to be completely dark, but just so I can tell that you're shading below. And that's how you graph an inequality. So you got to see, is it a solid line or is it a dashed line? And then you got to figure out, okay, do I shade below the line or above the line? Let's do a few more examples. On the back side of the notes, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 graphing examples, and then another example. Example 7 is a little bit different. The 4 graphing examples. Follow me. I'm going to go through here pretty quick. Again, you can rewind this video and listen to it and watch it, and again, what's happening. Okay, this gives us 3y minus x is greater than 6. We got to solve for y. We want y, and then our sign right here, and then everything else over here. mx plus b on the other side. So we got to get y by itself. So add 2x, add 2x. So I have 3y is greater than 2x plus 6. Divide by 3. Divide by everything by 3. I end up with the equation right here. Here's my equation. Solved. Y is greater than 2/3 x plus 2. So I need to graph this. So plus 2 starting at the y-intercept, and I go up 2 over 3. Up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3. I get me some points. Now I got to figure out, is it a solid line or a dashed line? Well, look at your sign right there. That sign does not have a line underneath it. That tells me that it's a dashed line. You can see that's why I have this line is dashed. It's not a solid line. Okay, now I got to figure out, again, we looked at that sign. Now I got to figure out, okay, do I need to shave above or below? Well, y is greater than, so if it's greater than, we're going to shade above. So that's why I've shaded the region above. And that's how you graph the inequality. Now, there's another part that's asking, okay, is this point -2, 2, and 3, 4, do those lie in the solution? Well, let's graph those points. -2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That point would be right here. That is in my shaded region. So, yes, that is a correct answer. 3, 4. Okay, let's 3, 4. Where's that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's right on the line. That's on the line that I drew. Well, if I look over here, my sign says greater than. It does not say greater than or equal to. And again, if it's on that line, it's equal to. So 3, 4 is not included. It's on the line, but it's not above the line. All right, number 4, same thing. We got to solve for y. So I move it around. Okay, I get x on this side, so I got -3y is greater than or equal to -x minus 6. Divide by -3. Divide everything by -3. Okay, when you divide, we're dealing with inequalities. When you divide by a negative number or multiply by a negative number, you got to flip that sign. That's why I flipped the sign facing this way. Went from this sign to this sign. So I flipped it. Now I got the equation y is less than or equal to 1/3 x plus 2. Okay, let's graph that. Plus 2 right there. Go up 1 over 3. Up 1 over 3. Why am I doing that? Because my slope is 1 over 3. Again, that's nothing new. Now, this is new. We got to figure out, okay, is it a solid line or is it a dashed line? Well, this has a line underneath it right there. So this is going to be a solid line. So my line's solid. You can see I have a red line, solid. It's not dashed. And now I got to look and see, okay, am I going to shade below or above? And all I got to do is look at this y part right here. Y is less than, so right now I know I'm shading below. I'm going to shade this region in below my line. Okay, let's do the same thing. Here's the point 0, 4, so 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 would be up here. That is not in my shaded region. 0, 0 is right there in the origin, right there in the middle. That is in my shaded region, so that would be a good answer. Okay, number 5. Y is by itself, so we're good. Again, we want to get y equals. Just like we said, or not y equals, but y, your sign, and then everything else. So y is greater than 3. So I'm going to go up here to 3. So just like graphing y equals 3, it's going to be a straight line across at y at 3. Okay. Now, again, same thing. Is it a dashed line? Well, it doesn't have a line. It does not have a line under the sign, so it is dashed. So it's a dashed line. You can see I dashed the line going across here. Dashed line. And then I got to figure out, okay, is y greater than? And if I look right there, y is greater than this number, so I'm going to shade above the line. So I'm shading above the line. And you graphed it. Now let's check these points. Okay, 1, 3. Here we go. 1 and then 1, 2, 3. It's on the line. It's on the line. If I look at my sign, it does not say, it does not say greater than or equal to. It does not say that. So this is not a solution. Okay, let's see negative 3, 6. Negative 3, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is up here. That is in the shaded region. That is a solution. Number 6, over here. All right, here we go. We're going to graph it. X is less than or equal to negative 4. Okay, remember, if we had x equals, that's going to be a vertical line, straight up and down. And where is it going to be vertical at? Well, in this case, it's negative 4, so I'm going to graph that line. It does have a line underneath the sign, so that is a solid line we're going to graph. So you can see my solid line here. See the solid line going all the way down. X is less than, so we're going to shade below. Well, this is straight up and down. Well, if x is less than negative 4, I'm going to shade over here to the left side. Oops, it kind of got out of hand. Let me back that up again. I'm going to shade over here to the left side. Let's check these points. Negative 4, negative 2. Okay, negative 4, negative 2 is on that line. We do have a line under it, so it does include the points on the line, so that is a good answer. And then we have 6, 1. 6, 1 would be out here. That is not a solution. Okay, and then in example 7, which of the points would be solutions to the inequality y is greater than 2 over 3x plus 2? All you have to do right here is take the point they give you and plug it into the equation and then see if the inequality is true. So you can see, okay, I plug 6 in for x, and I rewrote it right here. Plug 6 in for x, plug 0 in for y. I solve this. 2/3 times 6, that's 4, or excuse me, that's 4 plus 2. So it's actually 6. I did that. Should be 6. But nonetheless, 0 greater than 6, no, that's not true. So that's not a solution. Okay, let's try the second one. Negative 6. So this should be negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Okay, I did this one correct. 0 is greater than negative 2. 0 is greater than negative 2. Yes, that is correct. So that would be a solution. That's why I have the check marks here. And then the last one, you can see plug negative 9 in for x, plug negative 3 in for y. Okay, and ended up with negative 3 is greater than negative 4. Negative 3 is greater than negative 4. Yes, that is correct. That is an answer. I just put a check mark here. You can put yes. You can circle it. Those are the notes. Hope you get those this weekend. Hope you're having a good weekend. We'll see you Monday, and take care.